Remember that one time you missed out on an opportunity because you didn't believe in yourself. The sting of regret, the what ifs that kept you awake at night. It's a feeling that creeps in when we least expect it, making us question everything. But here's the truth. Confidence isn't something we're born with. It's something we build. And you, yes, you, can build it too, one step at a time. Let's talk about how to build that kind of confidence. The kind that stays with you no matter what life throws your way. Confidence. It's something we all wish we had more of, isn't it? Whether it's walking into a room full of people, stepping up for a promotion, or simply standing up for ourselves, confidence plays a key role in every part of our lives. But here's the thing. Confidence isn't some magical trait reserved for the lucky few. It's not a secret skill you're either born with or not. Confidence is built. One decision, one action, one step at a time. Today, let's explore how you can unlock the kind of confidence that sticks with you even in the most challenging moments. Let's start by clearing up a big misconception. A lot of people think confidence is the absence of self-doubt or fear. You might look at someone who walks into a room with their head held high, smiling effortlessly, and think, wow, they have it all together. They're never nervous. But the truth is, confidence isn't about never feeling fear or doubt. It's about acting, despite those feelings. Think of the last time you doubted yourself. Maybe it was at work or in a social situation. Your heart raced, your palms got sweaty, and your mind started telling you a million reasons why you weren't good enough. We've all been there. But what separates confident people from those who struggle is simple. They move forward, even when the doubt creeps in. They've built the muscle of pushing through, of trusting themselves just enough to take the next step. Confidence is about showing up, even when you're not sure how it will turn out. It's about trusting that you'll figure it out as you go, and believing that no matter what happens, you'll be okay. Now, let's dive deeper into a fundamental part of confidence: self-esteem. Confidence and self-esteem are often used interchangeably, but they aren't quite the same thing. Self-esteem is about how you feel about yourself, your intrinsic worth. Confidence, on the other hand, is about how you act based on that belief. But here's the catch: the two are deeply connected. If you don't feel worthy, it's hard to act with confidence. Think about it. If you're constantly telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I always mess up," how likely are you to step outside your comfort zone? Negative self-talk, whether we realize it or not, eats away at our self-esteem, making us feel smaller and smaller. Here's a moment of truth. Your inner dialogue matters more than you think. Every time you beat yourself up for making a mistake or compare yourself to others, you chip away at your self-esteem. It's like carrying a backpack full of rocks. Each negative thought adds weight, making it harder to move forward. But here's the good news. Just like confidence, self-esteem can be rebuilt. It starts with changing how you talk to yourself. Next time you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not enough," pause. Ask yourself, would I say this to a friend? Chances are you wouldn't. You'd probably encourage them, remind them of their strengths, and tell them to keep going. So why not offer yourself that same kindness? Now that we understand how self-esteem feeds into confidence, let's talk about action. This is where confidence is truly built, through doing. No amount of thinking, planning, or waiting for the right moment will build confidence. You have to take action, but I get it. Taking that first step can be terrifying. Whether it's raising your hand in a meeting or starting a conversation with someone new, fear can be paralyzing. But here's the truth: confidence grows with action, not before it. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a diving board, staring down at the water. Your heart's racing, and your mind is screaming, "What if I fall wrong? What if I can't swim back to the surface?" You might stand there for what feels like an eternity, paralyzed by the what ifs. But the moment you take that leap, all those fears fade away, and suddenly you're in the water, realizing, hey, that wasn't so bad. Confidence works the same way. The more you do, the more you realize you're capable of. Every time you take a small step forward, no matter how scary it feels, you're telling yourself, I can do this. And that belief builds momentum. Start small. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting, sending that email you've been avoiding, or even something as simple as trying a new hobby. The more you push yourself, the stronger that confidence muscle grows. One of the biggest hurdles to building confidence is the fear of failure. But here's the thing. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. We've all failed. We've all stumbled. And yet, we often believe that failure somehow means we aren't worthy and that we'll never succeed. I'm here to tell you that failure is a necessary ingredient in the recipe for confidence. Every time you fail, you learn, you grow. You realize that failure didn't break you, that you're still standing, still moving forward. Think of some of the most successful people in history. Oprah, Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, what do they all have in common? They've all failed, spectacularly. But those failures didn't define them. Those setbacks fueled their confidence because they learned to stand up, dust themselves off, and try again. Here's what I want you to remember. Failure doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means you're trying. It means you're brave enough to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone. And every time you get back up after a failure, you're building unshakable confidence. Now, let's talk about the everyday habits that can help you build confidence. Confidence isn't something you work on once and then forget about. It's something you cultivate every day. One powerful habit is setting small, achievable goals. Why small? Because each time you accomplish something, no matter how minor it seems, you're giving yourself evidence that you're capable. You're training your brain to recognize your ability to succeed. Another habit is practicing positive affirmations. Now, I know this might sound a little cheesy, but bear with me. The words you say to yourself matter. Every time you say, I am capable, or I can handle this, you're rewiring your brain to believe it. Over time, these affirmations start to feel true. Surrounding yourself with the right people is also key. Confidence is contagious. When you're around people who lift you up and who believe in you, it's easier to believe in yourself. So, choose your company wisely. Distance yourself from those who drain your energy or make you feel small. Instead, surround yourself with people who see your potential even when you can't see it yourself. Let's talk about fear and anxiety. These two feelings are some of the biggest obstacles to confidence. Fear tells you, what if I fail? Anxiety whispers, what if I'm not good enough? But here's something I've learned. Fear and confidence can coexist. You don't have to wait until you're no longer afraid to take action. In fact, you shouldn't. If you wait for the fear to disappear, you'll be waiting forever. Instead, learn to manage fear by breaking tasks down into smaller steps. Let's say you're terrified of public speaking. The thought of standing in front of a crowd makes your heart race. Instead of jumping straight into a big speech, start small. Maybe practice speaking in front of a mirror or front of a friend. Then, work your way up to a small group. Each time you push past that fear, you're proving to yourself that you can handle it. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for managing anxiety. When we're anxious, our minds tend to race, jumping from one worry to the next. Practicing mindfulness, simply being present in the moment, can help quiet that inner chatter. Try this. The next time you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath. Focus on the present moment and remind yourself, I can handle this. one step at a time.